check the LinkedIn and content creator. It's the gold standard. It's always been gold standard, even when it was on Instagram and Facebook. It was always there. I just looked at it. It's called 250 profile links, and 50 of them are our homepage. That means 20% of the people actually clicked. A click-through rate of 20%. A good click-through rate is like 2%. 5% is really, really good. 20% is absolute pristine 24 karat gold. Anyway, it's kind of nice. And again, I've proved it again and again and again. And about posting stuff. And thanks, Pete Podkovich. I appreciate you. You've always been my boy. I'm my good friend from Anza Golf Club. We used to get and anybody that takes Matt Newton to it's good to Matt, it's good to me. There's nobody like Matt, man. I know you know that. My brother. Everybody should have one. And he's mine, boy. Anyway, he knows it too. One day I'll have to explain to him a little bit later how his friendship really helped me when I was in the emergency room in 2020. That was I was in so much pain, and the only thing I could think of was I couldn't think, and even the paramedic was kind of scared to talk to me. And thank God I said, Matt will never leave me. But if I can just get together, and it's starting to roll. My website development company, Awfully Soft, it's starting to roll, and it's about to show right up in the rankings. But it takes time. It takes about a good 3 or 4 months. Anything takes time, but it's cool. It's I just got in touch with a Green Beret, who's actually liked my content. And I got in touch with a public speaker and at the University of Arizona, and I've had maybe a dozen people or so that probably have. It's pushing my content. It's elite content, and again, Pete Pykuch, he called me. He's like, "Dude, I love your content, man. Thanks. I really appreciate it. It's just designed to help people, and I speak from my heart." I remember Van Earl Wright, the great Van Earl Wright, my highlights king of the 1980s and 1990s, encouraged that. When I remember we were on 11, or no, I'm sorry, we were on 2, and it was unfortunately a girl that I dated, Jill Curley, had passed. And thanks, Brenda G, again for being so kind and having the tournament. Now you were going to have in the next one in Caroline's and honor my sister that died, and that was really meaningful. But I was like, Earl, are you gonna? Don't call him Earl, call him Earl. I was like, would you get up and say something? He said, I'll do it, but you need to do it. And I remember thinking about it, and then he said, he said, I'll do whatever you want to do, man. And then I got up and I gave a speech, and I had spoken before at my sister's funeral, but he told me, so it's right from the heart, and I speak. That's the way I talk to people typically. I'm a very deep thinker. I'm just like my sister is, and I really care. And it was really nice to connect with my first grade teacher over the summer. Unfortunately, I had to get off Facebook, and she said, you're always concerned about the other kids, and my sister was always that way. My younger sister's that way. When she gets upset, when she sees I'm upset, she gets upset. And but I hadn't been upset in a long time, luckily. I get anyway. It's enough about me. It's about other people, but that's why the reason why I built ChatGPT for PTSD is to help people and try to raise awareness for it. And AI can be a great tool. It's not a substitute. I wouldn't say completely for working with a therapist and then trauma and PTSD, any kind of mental health. It's always good to go see somebody. But it really confirmed everything that I was working on with anatomy and whatnot. But I don't think there's any question almost dying and going by ambulance to in May 2020 during right when COVID when I couldn't take it any longer, and my blood pressure was like eight. It was unbelievable. It used to get up in like the lower 160s occasionally, which is too high to begin with. But God, it was astronomical. I was lucky to be. Yeah, but at any rate, I just those days were. I didn't think I was high every day, but anyway, it's not. It's. I'm just kind of tired and fatigued. It's been a long couple of days, and tomorrow is July the 4th, and I'm so excited to dedicate ChatGPT for PTSD again tomorrow to Tyler Brown, my great friend. Uh, that unfortunately passed, my best friend growing up. Um, that unfortunately did inspire me to do that. It's in Memorial Day 2023, I was at some amazing things happened, and then Stephanie, my friend, was I was just like we were talking, and I was like, I can't believe this. Anyway, but she said, I said, Caroline runs into him a week before he's deployed. We go out to front page notice and have the best time. We hadn't seen each other in 5 years. But it's amazing that I know I had PTSD, but I was always blown away by that. And I dedicated it to Josh Cobb's good friend, Ryan Means, that I only met a couple times. But he was a stud, great guy too, from what I understand. And the few times I've met Michael and Alfie, I've been blessed to have they've been so gracious about their brother and how much he really meant, and he gave his life like Tyler to this country. Anyway, happy 4th, everybody.